So one of the questions that we have been asked is, what actually is the budget, and I suppose why does everybody panic about it? So the budget, the government has two what are called fiscal events during the course of the year. There's the budget, and at the moment what's called the spring statement. The budget is the main event of the year, and this is where the government effectively sets out its policy measures from a financial point of view for the coming 12 months. And that doesn't just extend to tax and whether they're going to put a penny on a pint of beer, for example. It's a much broader kind of sweep of things that looks at what the government's going to invest in, what type of sectors it's going to support, what its policy is to try and drive productivity. So it's a really, really wide-ranging statement, but obviously for the average person in the street, the big ticket item is, what are they going to do to income tax? What are they going to do to VAT? Are they going to put petrol duty up? As I say, are they going to put beer duty up, rather? And I think they, for what can be an hour and a quarter speech by the Chancellor, there's probably 10 minutes on tax, and that's the one that gets the most attention from the general public. And obviously it does set the tone, and these decisions can have a very significant impact on people from a financial point of view. Usually as we get closer to an election, they try and organise it so as that's a positive impact on them, so they have a feel-good factor and want to vote more for the government party. Further away from the election, they tend to be a little braver and perhaps look at tax raising measures, and I think the mood music is very much that we're going to see some tax raising measures down the line. As to why people panic about the budget, it's the uncertainty. It's the fact that it is very much a top secret hush-hush kind of scenario, and although there is a modern trend for people or the government to leak out measures in the run-up to the budget, they still always seem to like to pull some kind of surprise or rabbit out of the hat, some new policy that nobody was expecting. And I think it's just, whether you're an individual or whether you're a business owner, uncertainty is an absolute killer. So not knowing whether your tax is going to go up, not knowing whether you're going to have to pay more in VAT, can be really quite worrying for people, particularly when budgets are tight. So there is often a lot of nervousness in the run-up to the budget, and if I'm honest, I think probably more so this year than I've known, well, apart from last year, for a very long time. I think, and this is largely because there's no clear direction of travel for the government's tax policy, so nobody's really got a clear view what they are going to do and what the likely measures are going to be. So the budget is the big financial event for the government every 12 months, and it does tend to be that a lot of the content isn't actually known until the day, so it leads to speculation, it leads to concern, and yeah, frankly, in certain situations it does lead to panic and unfortunately people making bad decisions, and because of the lack of information that's available before the big day.